With its distinctive swimming pools in the upper deck, there's a look inside Everbank Stadium here in Duval County, Florida. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now, Charles, you and I, we've done a lot of games together. Always seems like we're rehashing the same storylines. Turnovers, of course, always a big story. Quarterback play, running backs, yada, yada, yada. But getting ready for this one word kept coming to mind, and that's preparation.
Well, it's critical to be prepared. Physically, mentally. When you think about getting ready for an NFL game, you have to wonder, what will they throw at us that maybe we haven't seen before? 2-minute drill, maybe different things like that. Got to be prepared. You're exactly right.
Two teams here that came into the NFL together back in 1995, and off we go between the Jags and the Panthers. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field, and can take off and run when under duress.
Going quickly here to Thomas. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 9. On play action, Lawrence. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Jaguars first down.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Heck of a start for him here, Charles, on this opening drive, and they're doing it all through the air. That's 4 snaps and 4 passes so far.
And I do think that there's an argument, Brandon, to maybe mix in a running play or two, but the way that these offenses are constructed, you can get that done with swing passes and checkdowns. The way they're throwing it, I'd keep pressing it downfield.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now Lawrence to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Tootin. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now the play clock hits 0 here, and we're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards.
Still 2nd down.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Touchdown, Jaguars! Jacoby Myers,
A 14-yard touchdown.
and the Jaguars put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
They got to love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was all capped off by Jacoby Myers on the touchdown reception.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And trotting out there leading them is their 4th-year quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Throw right side taken by Sanders.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
From the shotgun, it's Young.
Now he'll tuck this and run.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag, that'll push him back 5.
Still 1st down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Young from the shotgun. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
That is Joshua Hines-Allen working his way in for the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. Ventrell Miller in on the rush. He gets the credit there for the sack. So now make that a second sack for them on this drive.
And Brandon, we hear it every week when we go out to do a game. Everyone talks about playing complementary football. Their offense goes down and scores. They see that, and they want to back them up, and that they did, getting 2 sacks on this first drive.
On 4th down, Carolina going to send out Sam Martin to punt. And taken right at the 35. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
Tershawn Wharton, the one to get him to the ground on the defensive side.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Lawrence will throw.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
He's across midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line.
10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
But it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now Lawrence. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this first half, and on 3rd down, they looked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. A nice stick and stop for a loss there from Jalen Phillips.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
3rd and 4.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 4. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is indeed good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Panthers, 1st down.
We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Flag comes out, and that's because the offense did not get the play off in time.
And you can see the head coach, he is not happy. Everyone getting away from him right now because he's frustrated that they didn't get the ball snapped in time.
So that flag will set him back 5 yards.
Still 1st down.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Right back to Hubbard.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That tackle by Trayvon Walker. Nice play. He blows that up behind the line of scrimmage. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage. Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the 1st half.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Young. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Ventrell Miller, his 2nd sack of the night.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away.
And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At the 40. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Lawrence. On the slant, he finds Washington. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Lawrence. And he'll get it right back to Washington. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
Jaguars, first down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Here's Lawrence.
Now they go screen. It's complete.
And he's able to break out one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
A good convergence there defensively. Only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now 2nd and 9. Lawrence going to throw again. A short throw there to Strange.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Lawrence with a quick throw outside. That's complete.
Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Now Lawrence. It's Myers again with another catch. And the Jaguars are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Brenton Strange as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars will extend their lead here just before halftime.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now the try here for the point after. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Hubbard. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half, Young. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A very one-sided first half. 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
And Young will slide to the ground safely as he picks up the first down as well.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Throwing, Young.
That's taken in. It's Xavier Legette.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Young to throw it.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 37. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
On the handoff, running left is Hubbard.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 3. And they'll go again here with Hubbard.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Oftentimes we play as an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
3rd and 3.
Young.
He'll try to pick it up himself.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Bryce Young.
An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away.
Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Here's 3rd and 10.
Back to throw. Lawrence.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
Fielded at about the 28.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return.
And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Young now. Over the middle, complete. It's Hubbard. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it's second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime.
We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville.
From the 34-yard line, here's second and 9. Here's Young. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. To throw, Young.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That third down conversion good for 23.
And a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Young to throw it. Touchdown, Panthers. Jalen Coker from 10 yards out. And the Panthers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Jaguars offense and Trevor Lawrence getting set for this next drive. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. To the right side and complete to Thomas. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to Tootin. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Looking to put a drive together. They'll begin this series with a give to Hubbard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 52 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Now a 2nd and 10. It's Young off play action. He's going to wind up and air it out. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. A big play there for Carolina. 46 yards.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a 4th quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
And they'll run on 1st down with Hubbard. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They go play action. Young. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Jalen Coker with now 2 4th quarter touchdowns. And the Panthers have taken a 4th quarter lead. Well, quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this 4th quarter.
But this game's kind of felt like a horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because, yeah, the other guys run out to their big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they've stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this thing off.
17.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
And Thomas has it. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he will have a Jaguars first down, at least at first glance, as they spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line.
They'll get this out to Tootin.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Now 2nd and 4. Lawrence will throw. A short throw there to Strange.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
At the 22-yard line.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Throwing now, Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll come up now. 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Lawrence. That's caught. It's Strange, the tight end.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Here we go. This is 4th down. Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. Oh, he had to force it there on 4th down, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers have just about sewn up this football game. Just when you thought this game might be turned on its ear, a late interception pretty much going to seal the deal.
Yeah, boy, talk about having your backs to the wall. This defense, they look like they were in danger of surrendering this lead, but they knew they needed that one play, and they got it right there, partner.
We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
They find some open field here. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth.
A gain of 40 yards. First down, Carolina.
The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one.